Yo, what's up guys? So the other day I was hanging out with my best bro Hitler, just smoking some crack, and we started talking about Helldivers 2. And if you don't know what Helldivers 2 is, you're probably under a rock or a 60-year-old man in a retirement home. But Helldivers 2 is probably the most popular game out right now. It's basically the new Lethal Company, the new Among Us, the new fucking Minecraft, bro. And essentially this game just came out, I don't even know how long ago, but literally everybody on my Steam friends list, on my Discord, everyone at my church, like everybody is playing it. I don't know why. Even my fucking brother, like, dude, I was asking my brother, like, bro, you want to go fucking play some games like sometime? Like, dude, let's play some shit. And he's like, yeah, you want to buy Helldivers 2? And like, no, I don't want to fucking buy Helldivers 2. I don't need it. Like, I don't care about Helldivers 2. And this isn't really going to be, like, don't get it twisted, right? I'm not going to be spending this whole video hating on Helldivers 2. And I've been saying it a lot to the point where it sounds all weird now, but the main reason I'm making this video is because I personally do not enjoy new video games that come out. And it's no game in particular. I think that's just naturally, like, games that are coming out nowadays generally all look the same, they all act the same, and they all are kind of generally the same fucking game. I mean, look at the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare, for instance, if you can call it Modern Warfare. I mean, it's literally just the most generic FPS game you could possibly play. I don't even know what else to say about that. I'm thinking maybe the only exceptions I have for, like, new games that come out that I actually enjoy are, like, probably, like, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and, like, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know that's like a fucking controversial opinion because everybody hates Battlefront 2, like the new ones with EA and shit, but I'm not gonna lie, bro, I kind of like it, to be honest. Like, here's the thing, I'm not a super left-brain thinker. I'm actually extremely right-brained, which makes me honestly think sometimes I might fucking be autistic. And, like, I'm not gonna self-diagnose or anything because that's retarded, but I honestly think sometimes, like, I genuinely have no left brain. Like, everything I do, everything I say, all the shit that I think, like, all of my opinions are super, like, nuts to butts right-brained as fuck. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, my favorite game is Left 4 Dead 2. And I think the biggest reason for that is because I just get in and I go. Like, I can just, I mean, you see in the background footage here, I'm just able to just get into the game. I don't have to watch some stupid-ass cutscenes. I don't need to fucking go talk to this guy. Go give this item to this person. Go fucking complete the objective. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. That, to me, that stuff is a bunch of superficial bullshit that honestly just can be left out of the game, to be honest with you. And I think that's the main reason I actually like Battlefront 2. It's just because, like, I don't really pay attention to a lot of that complex bullshit. Just like the extra shit. Like, it doesn't need to be there. Like, I mean, dude, they made the game completely unbalanced by adding these stupid-ass, like, character card abilities or whatever, where you can just, you throw on these fucking, like, calling cards and you just get a bunch of random crazy-ass perks that, quite honestly, just ruin the game, in my opinion. Because, like, you might be really good at the game, but there's gonna be one dude that you're gonna come across that has this fucking card that you don't have that's gonna cause him to win a fucking battle against you, and you're just gonna be like, what the fuck even is this? Like, what? Like, this dude's using a fucking, just like a regular-ass assault stormtrooper, clone trooper, whatever the fuck class, right? And I'm like, you're using, like, a fucking commando. Like, you should be winning against this guy, and you're just not. You're just completely bitched out because you don't have the same fucking card as him. Because, look, if it was like a skill tree type of thing, it wouldn't be as unbalanced, mainly because I feel like everybody would be putting all of their shit into, like, you know, into, like, generally all of the same, like, areas, right? But it's like, when you have these, like, these fucking player abilities, like, people are having, like, unfair advantages over somebody that just got the game. And it's like, there's literally, it's like CSGO and how fucking high the skill ceiling is. Because, like, look, if it was like a skill tree system, it wouldn't be that bad. Because generally, I think everybody would put all of their points in, like, all of the same general areas, I would say. But it's like, nobody would have an unfair advantage over somebody, you know? Like, because if you just get the game, you're not gonna really, you're gonna have, like, all of the base cards or whatever, and some motherfucker's just gonna one-shot you with, like, the same class that you're using, and you're like, what the fuck? I didn't even get a chance to do anything, and he just one-shotted me like that. Yeah, it's because he has this fucking insane, like, ultra setup with, like, these fucking purple cards, and you're like, you're just literally sitting there with, like, the most baseline shit, and you're like, you can't even defend yourself, you know? But, I mean, with, like, a skill tree, nobody's gonna have an unfair advantage. Everybody would generally have, like, the same amount of, like, power towards one another and same health, everything. They would just be putting points more into, you know, different areas, I guess. But, you know, I mean, ironically, there's other games like CSGO that came out in, like, 2012 that I genuinely hate with a passion. just because it's like that game's not really designed for fun, right? It's meant so that you take it seriously and you become fat. It's literally designed so that you gain a shit ton of weight, right? And I guess that's fine as long as, like, you know, as long as it knows what it's going for. And I know it's spawned a ton of games that are like that, like Valorant, which in my opinion is the most, like, that is like the most cracker video game I've ever seen in my fucking life. Just like this dry, bland, salty mess of a fucking game that genuinely, like, it's taken so much inspiration from so many different popular games that it's not even its own creation. Like Overwatch, Team Fortress 2, and, like, you know, Counter-Strike, they're all in there. They're genuinely all in there. Valorant is not very original of a game, right? It's like it's just a massive mutt of the most popular games that, like, they sat down in a room and they were like, okay, we got to come up with the most popular game. Okay, this game is going to be huge one day. Okay, anybody got any ideas? And then there's this one asshole in the back of the room that's just like, yeah, you know, let's just find the most popular games we could possibly find on the market right now and just crunch them all together. It's like when you're a kid and you grab like fucking 10 different crayons and you just crumple them up in your hand and you just draw all over the paper, right? And you got this crazy mess of a fucking scribble of just a bunch of different colors. That's what Valorant is. It's not even original. There's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing actually good about it. I've played Valorant. It's not fun. It's, like, actually worse than CSGO somehow. Like, I don't think I've ever raged at a game that hard, you know? But, I mean, at least it's not, like, I guess at least it knows what it's going for, per se. Because then you have games like Back 4 Blood that is just like, what is this even going for at this point? Like, you genuinely, like, they think that more is better, right? That was, like, kind of their whole concept with that game, is that, like, oh, we got to just add a ton of shit into this game, and then that means, like, it's gonna be really good, right? And it's like, that's actually worse. It's like a reaction video, but the dude's just overreacting to complete shit, and it's obvious, right? Because here's the thing about Back 4 Blood. You're not fighting zombies, bro. You're fighting Dead Space creatures, bro. Okay, like you ever played Dead Space? Because that's what you're fighting in Back 4 Blood. Those aren't zombies, and supposedly it's supposed to be, like, canon with the Left 4 Dead lore. It's supposed to be like 20 years into the future, and it's like, that makes no sense. Because if you actually read up on the Left 4 Dead lore, the zombies, quote unquote, they're not actually zombies. They're literally, like, living, breathing humans that still need food and water, that just have a crazy form of fucking rabies that just cause them to want to just kill you, right? And so it's like, in 20 years, none of those motherfuckers are going to be alive. There's going to be no zombies left. So it just doesn't make sense that they would write that. And then, you know, of course, they just want to go up and be like, oh, this is from the creators of Left 4 Dead. Like, they were the sole creators of it. And it's like, yeah, you guys probably created the crappy fucking Counter-Strike mod back in, like, 2006. But it's like 200 people, like over 200 people at Valve created Left 4 Dead. I don't agree that they should just take all the credit for it. It's just kind of bullshit. Now, I feel like I've been kind of getting, like, sidetracked this whole video, because I think my biggest, like, qualms with new games that come out, honestly, are the fact that, like, they just have a bunch of just useless extra shit, right? Because, like, I was playing Helldivers 2 for the first time. First of all, my fucking 3080 graphics card, for whatever reason, was heating up like a motherfucker when I was playing it, so, like, I didn't play it for very long. But when I was playing it, I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely had no fucking idea what was going on. I, like, had no clue. I mean, dude, I felt like a fucking Down syndrome kid that broke out of the special ed room. Like, okay, joking, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like, I get into this game and, like, there's, like, no explanation to me. Like, I have, like, these, like, stratagems, which, like, I still don't even fully understand them. I guess they're just ordnance drops that you can call in. But for some reason, instead of, like, pressing a button to, like, activate them and shit, you have to, like, you have to do this Dance Dance Revolution, like, up, down, left, right, like, key sequence and shit. And I'm just like, why? What was the point of that? I even remember sitting there in the tutorial, like, trying to just figure out what it wanted me to do. And I'm like, okay, activate stratagem. Okay, what fucking button, right? And it's telling me WASD. I see that on the screen. I'm like, okay, do I just press WAS? I don't know what to do. And then I look up in the top left corner and I see the fucking Dance Dance Revolution arrows in the top left. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, who does this shit? And I mean, it's not even just that, dude. Like, the controls of that game in general are just retarded. It's like, have you ever played an old-ass game from, like, 20, 30 years ago that just has controls that make no sense, but because it was from that time, it makes sense at that point why the controls are so messed up? But I mean, I don't know, dude. With Helldivers 2, they were just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just change the universal gaming language and just because, for no reason. Literally for no reason. And make it so that you can't change it. Bro, it's like when Apple forced everybody to buy their shitty ass earphones by like removing the fucking like headphone port. They were like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. People are gonna love this. And it's like, again, it's that it comes back to that whole thing of like more equals better is not true, because it's like it literally is just making it more difficult for me to call in a fucking a machine gun. You know what I mean? It makes it more difficult for me to call in like some kind of like security. It's like I don't understand why they think that making something more complicated makes it better. In some cases I could see why that would work, but it's like in this case, why am I playing fucking Dance Dance Revolution with my goddamn fingers when I could just be pressing a button to like call in an ordnance drop? That doesn't make sense. And now listen, I haven't played a whole lot of Helldivers 2, mainly because again I guess my computer can't handle it. Like, I spent like $3,000 on this fucking thing, and it seems like it can't run Helldivers 2. But you know what? I genuinely don't give a fuck, because I love the games that I play right now. You know, dude. Let me go on my Steam games list. Okay, let me read this shit off to you. Okay, so it says right here on my fucking Steam library: Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, Left 4 Dead's 1 and 2, Portals 1 and 2, Lethal Company. What else? What else we got here? Fucking Team Fortress 2, Warframe. We got Borderlands 3. We have fucking, what is this? Goddamn Five Nights at Freddy's, SCP Containment Breach Multiplayer, Post Void, goddamn Journey, Abzu. I have Outer Wilds, Super Flight, Ultra Kill, Super Hots, VR Chat. Yeah, that's kind of the shit that I'm into right now, man, okay? Like, this is just all the kinds of games that just genuinely bring me joy. And now, I'm not gonna sit here and try to brag that, oh, I only play the older games, and try to act like I'm hot shit. Because, like, I get that there's some pretty good fucking new games out there, and I get that some people genuinely like these new games. You know, I'm not gonna rip on you for that. However, I do think that we take a lot of these older games for granted and not realize that, like, these are genuinely some of the best games ever made. And I feel like people don't pay attention to that, especially a lot of younger people, like little kids. I'm talking fucking like ages like 10 to 15. These kids like have no idea what Left 4 Dead is. Or if they do know what it is, they genuinely have no idea what's going on when they play it, because they're expecting some fucking like cutscene to play, or they're expecting like a bunch of objectives to pop up on their screen, a fucking mini map, like fucking ammo for some super weapon, an ultimate ability, a bunch of other side abilities. They're like ability cards, a skill tree. Like they're expecting so much garbage and shit on their screen all the time due to these new games and their crazy ass HUDs, that they get confused as fuck when they're playing Left 4 Dead and they only have ammo, health, and then their teammates, and then that's it. Like, they have no idea, like, what the fuck, where is everything? Like, dude, like, where's the stat tracker? Where's the timer? Where's the fucking, like, dude, where's the stat tracker? Where's the timer? Where are my score streaks? Like, what the fuck is this? I guess the main point of this video, and I guess to wrap it up here, is that, you know, maybe you guys should go back and play some of the older games. You know, maybe some of those games are not that bad. And I think that's what I've been preaching this whole time with, like, this Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies stuff, you know? Like, all of my Call of Duty Zombies videos are all done from, like, the first 3 or 4 COD Zombies games. I don't play any of the new bullshit. It's not fun to me, and I don't think it's true zombies, to be honest with you. But that's just kind of always been my thoughts on everything, is that, like, you should play some of the old games, bro. Maybe you should play them a little bit more than the newer ones, you know? But that'll be just about it for this video, and I know it was a bit of a longer one, but I had a lot of fun making this video, to be honest, and I kind of want to make more, like, wide-range topics, you know, not something super specific, like Left 4 Dead Solo Reflex Survival, right? Because those ones are a bit exhausting. They're getting a bit exhausting. Not that I'll stop any of those, but it's like, I do like talking about random things, and I think I want to sort of branch out with that, because I'm kind of accepting that the algorithm has dropped me, and I am not willing to make something I'm not going to enjoy making just so that I can make views. So, yeah, that's it. That's the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, subscribe and leave a like. And I'll peace you guys out in the next video. Peace you guys out right now, and don't get hit by a car.